What's going on, guys? Clifton Denny with On Your Own Outdoors. Hey guys, so if you're new to the channel, in the summertime, what we like to do is knock out some reviews of some products. So in a world that is going as light as possible whenever it comes to tree stands, I think it's important not to forget about the oldies but the goodies. Coming in at 8.5 pounds is the Millennium M7. So I personally hadn't hunted out of the stand until year before last. If you follow along with the channel, I've got a hunting buddy named Eric, travels everywhere with me, deer killing son of a gun, and this was his favorite stand up until this last year when we started kind of going a different direction with something that's a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact, but not to discount this M7. So again, this stand was before its time, in my opinion. 8.5 pounds. It's got a 20.5 by 26 platform. Seat height is about 20 inches, weighs 8.5 pounds. It's got a 300-pound weight rating. It is absolutely hard to beat for that, around $200. So this last week, I was down at Max Prairie Wings. We were kind of going over some of their products, and I picked up this M7 because A, it's a good stand. I know it's tried and true because my buddy's hunted with it for years. And then B, it's always nice to have another tool in your arsenal. So today, I'm gonna break this guy out. As you can see it here on my back. We're gonna go over some of the pros, some of the cons, and then I'm also gonna stress some of the mods that Eric, my hunting buddy, has made to his to make it a little bit more user-friendly for that public land kind of thing. So, number one, these are the things that come with this stand. It comes with your safety rope, it comes with the harness, and then it comes with the hanging mechanism that goes on the tree here. So it is a one-stop shop. And before we actually get in the stand, I'm gonna say this: home run to Millennium. I love it when you go buy a product and it's put together, it's ready to go. So basically with this thing, I went down to Max Prairie Wings, talked to Jody, picked up the box, came home, take it out of the box, and it's ready to hunt. I don't have to put anything together, I don't have to screw anything together, no assembly required, and this thing's made in the USA, so let's go. So this is the first cool thing that we're going to talk about with Millennium and a lot of their lock-on stands, or hang-on if you guys are from the north. Down here in the south, we like to call them lock-ons. Up north, we like to call them hang-on. So just know that that's the same two things. But number one, we're going to talk about this here. What this is a little buckle system, what I call it anyways. It goes around the tree, ratchets itself together. And what's awesome about this, guys, is say that you've got a property like I do here at the house, 25 acres. I've got 3 different spots I like to hunt. I can go buy this knuckle, hang 3 of them in a tree, remove my stand out of it. You'll see how to do that in just a minute. But it keeps me from having to buy 3 different stands. I just buy 3 different buckles, leave them in the tree. For the public land application, we actually don't use these. Eric takes these off. He's got a ratchet strap system that he has kind of modded out on his stand so that he can use it with ratchet straps, because he's not a huge fan of these. He thinks they're a little bit too loud. They do make a little noise. Anything that's got metal on metal is going to make a little noise. But with this guy, I'm going to kind of show you guys how this thing operates before I go over the tree, because it's going to be hard to see it over there. So when you get it, stupid button right there tells you which way is the top. You see this guy right here, what that is, that's a bolt. This one comes already connected. You unscrew this bolt on this side, and once you get it unscrewed, you're basically going to just take that loop right there, screw that back down inside, and then you're on the tree. You're going to cinch this dude down. Like I said, this thing's got a 300-pound weight rating. It's been tested, and they are super solid stands. And I'm going to tell you, whenever it comes to a small stand, this thing is hard to beat whenever it comes to comfort. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing on the tree now. I'll be back with you in just a second. All right, you've seen that down at the base. It takes about 30 seconds to put that thing on the tree. It's no different whenever you're up in the air. The other thing about these is the safety factor, obviously. If you've got climbing sticks, you can go up with your climbing sticks. That's the only thing that you have to strap on. So you're not up there trying to dangle, trying to hang your stand with ratchet straps. You can do it right there. So like I said, this stand comes assembled. I pulled it out of the box exactly like it is on my back. You take it off, it carries extremely flat. Any of you guys that have watched any of my videos know how important I think that is. I like something that carries flat. I don't want it sticking up all over my back, which is why I typically like to run a smaller stand, smaller profile. It's because I don't want it hanging on stuff early season when we got all the foliage out and you're trying to march through the woods. So when you get this thing out of the box, sits like this. You've got one little screw down here. You're gonna undo this dude when you get to your tree. I will say this while I'm unscrewing this. If you end up with one of these stands, I would check out some of the carrying packs. The only reason is that bar right there in the middle of your back isn't the most comfortable. It's not terrible, but it does have a little bite. So same little screw you took out the backside, you're going to take it once you get it, twist that seat around. You're going to screw that guy right there back in. Now, if this was me, and this is my personal stand, that is the last time I would ever move that bolt personally, because if I'm going to carry it now, I'm just going to fold her flat like that, let that dude kind of hang out down there below me, and you'd be good to go. What Eric does, I know, is like he runs a ratchet strap from the bottom around this to kind of make that a shelf. You can sit your bag up on top of it. But anyways, just for the fact that you can see this as packing, you don't have to fold that seat back underneath there. So what you've got on the back of it, when we was talking about that little slide plate a while ago, you've got this guy. You've got one little pull pin here that are a pain when you first get them. You got one little pull pin, that thing's gonna slide down in there and you're set. So I'm gonna go over to the tree now and go ahead and do that. So once you're up in your tree, you have your knuckle already on the tree. You take your stand off your back, kind of fold the front up, push it to, take your little safety pin, pop that dude back in there. You got it, you're good to go. All right guys, so now that we've got this thing set up on the tree, let's talk about it. Number one, you can see I'm right at 5'11". I've got plenty of room down below me. On the seat, 300-pound weight rating. One thing that guys always beat stand companies up on is it has this higher weight rating, but the seat's not big enough for a big boy. As you can see over here on this side, I've got about 6 inches. If I move over to the left side, on the right side, I've got about 6 inches of seat left. So there's plenty of room on this seat. It's a comfortable seat. It's more of like that mesh style. If you're familiar with Millennium boat seats or deer stands or anything like that, it's that same kind of fabric. It's super user friendly. It's comfortable. You can take it, move it up out of your way, gives you all kinds of room, stand, walk around on the front of it. Super solid. They put a lot of thought into this buckle system and how it hangs on a tree. The only downside about that buckle system, like I said, is it is a little loud getting it set up. But you got to think these stands, whenever they were originally designed, you got to think you've got multiple spots, you got multiple knuckles. You're just carrying a stand up there, setting it down in the slot, and you're good to go. So give me just a second. I'm gonna get down out of this thing, we'll get the camera reset up. We're gonna talk about the pros and cons and some other things that you can do with the stand. All right guys, so now that we got this thing down out of the tree, let's talk about it. Let's talk about some pros and some cons. So number one pro is the size and the weight, right? So coming in at 8.5 pounds, it is most certainly a big competitor with all these new stands you're seeing on the market nowadays. And then the size of the platform. You've got plenty of room up top, no issues with that. The seat's super comfortable, it's super user friendly. And then the packability, the fact that it does pack flat. Again, I just think this stand was before its time. It's a great stand. It's got a pretty good carrying system. You are going to want to find something that goes up here on the front to keep that metal pole out of the middle of your back because it does like to dig. All in all, super solid. I think Millennium hit a home run with this M7. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for y'all today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go back to that home page, hit the little bell up top. You never know where we're going to be or what kind of products we're going to be doing. Until next time, guys, good hunting. We'll see you from a tree.